you're always going to have a high or a percentage of shoppers. And you have to decide how important those are to you. You know, for myself and my team, we have this question a lot. We've had 2 that we've just had to close within 7 days. And typically a lot of the things that we used to would have said no to, I've found ourselves saying yes to more because we have, you know, deals, there's a shortage of deals. We don't have the amount of volume that we used to, but we had a big team meeting over this book last week and really re-dissecting what our mission is. And if our mission is not to be the cheapest, then we need to be okay with letting go some of those situations. And I, as their leader, need to support them in that decision and not get so caught up on, okay, we're supposed to be submitting 10 files a week. And when I say 10 files, 10 contracts or 10 signed docs on refinances to hit our goals. And knowing that sometimes we may not hit those goals because we stick to what our mission and what our priorities are as an organization and a team.
What is a good way to have a better conversation to say, hey, you know what? I have to refer you out. I'm too busy. Like, what is a good way to tell someone, hey, I just can't work with you?
Well, we had one last week and his name was Jack, and I experienced it, and I don't know, I don't want to make it a male versus female thing, but there are some certain cultures in it where I even experience it at a higher level. I don't know if Julie and Chris can relate because I'm female. And what I find in those situations, when I finally draw the line in the sand and say, you know what, enough is enough. Like, for example, hey, Eric, I've really enjoyed the dialogue. I would really love the opportunity to work for you, but it is clear that we are not a match. You need to want to work with me as much as I want to work with you. I can hear that you don't really see the value that my team and I bring to the table, that it's all about racing to the bottom for you. And I respect that. If you're in a position at this point in your life and your career that you need the cheapest rate at the lowest cost, I respect that. But I also respect myself and my team enough to know that we bring value to the table. So I would love to give you some names of some call centers. Maybe they can meet your goals. If you hit any bumps, feel free to call me back, and I wish you the best. And a lot of times, not all the time, but about 90% of the time, they'll be like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. And I said, oh, well, I'm sorry, I must have misunderstood you. But you know, there comes a point, they're gonna only treat us as good as we allow them to treat us. So if you allow them to keep walking all over you, every time you cut, now you've opened the door to then cut again and cut again and cut again. And I'm not saying there aren't times when we do price matches and other things, but in those situations, I have a current LE, the rates, you know, I have all the documents and the data to then make that decision as the team lead if financially it makes sense to us. But it's not a race to the bottom for us on transactions because then we're not making money.
I'm trying to find a way to better communicate the things I want to say, but done in a professional way. So yeah, you gave me a lot of great advice.
I think it's just bring to their attention. If you bring to their attention, like, hey, I respect you and where you are in your life, but it sounds like you need more of a call center model. And then we add in there like, hey, Eric, I would love the opportunity to follow up with you in 30 days. If you end up going with Quicken or DHI Mortgage or whatever, because right now at this point in your life, you need the cheapest deal. We're going to follow up with you. Would love to get a copy of your CD. We're going to continue to proactively monitor your mortgage debt in the future, because when we said we wanted to be your lender partner for life, we mean that, but there's a cost associated with that. So do I have your permission to follow back up? And a lot of times we'll still follow up and we'll get their CDs, and I'm still putting them in HomeBot and doing all the other things because they will see the value in the future, and then hopefully we get another opportunity. And those do come back. We get those that come back all the time, years later, because we were the only one that did everything we said we would. And that comes out of cost.